And Mac Jones, the hometown kid, puts Jacksonville in front.
For just a minute there. I love the emotion. 9 plays, 70 yards, touchdown for the Jags in his hometown, and the Jags had a lead against the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, but it didn't last. Unfortunately, the Jacksonville Jaguars turned it right back over a few times. After they were +3 in the turnover column, they end up even, and they end up on the losing side on the scoreboard. Travon Walker joins us tonight. Jags Report live from Strings Sports Brewery.
This is Action Sports Jags Report live from Strings Sports Brewery, sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
You got to figure out how to win a game. And I'll tell you this: the guys don't quit. You know, you saw it again yesterday. I mean, they battle right to the end.
Well, that's Doug Peterson here on a Monday. I mean, everybody's kind of out of answers. Just know this: you got to make a winning play here or there, and Jags weren't able to do it. The last 2 weeks, think about this: on first down, they've been intercepted in the end zone in the final couple of minutes. So we know they're close to maybe pulling off wins, but they just can't seem to do it then.
Yeah, we said a week ago they don't know how to win, and we're going to try to figure that out tonight. How do you win? How do you figure it out? As we welcome you to Strings, everybody, Brent, Martineau, Dan Hicken, and I'm looking at our rundown, Brent, and what it says is Jags offense is stuck, and I think that's very descriptive of what's going on with this offensive side of the football.
Yeah, because I think we talked all going into the week about third down conversions. You got to be able to do that. Well, it's really first downs that they struggled with. So, they fixed
it's
something,
everything.
and then it's everything, right? The quarterback, Trevor, Mac Jones. Is it the offensive line? Is it the pass protection with the running backs? It's a little bit of everything, or is it just the offense in general?
We're not getting the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. Why isn't he? Is he covered? Yes, he is covered, but he's not covered. How come he's only getting 3 targets? Why do you only get 2 targets in the fourth quarter? There's a lot of things you go down the list. They're ineffective running the ball. You talked about first down. Well, we know about third down. They're 30th in the National Football League going into yesterday in converting on third down. So it is a myriad. It's like you're plugging holes, and then the next hole opens up as well. So there's a lot going on there. And yesterday, of course, they had to go with Mac Jones at quarterback.
Yeah, it could have been a cool story with Mac, right? Making his hometown start for his hometown team. And listen, he got off to a good start, but after that, there wasn't much. 143 yards of total offense. It's the 5th worst in franchise history. The offense is struggling no matter who the quarterback is right now. And you feel for Mac. He wanted it so bad, but it didn't work out for him on Sunday.
No, it didn't. And so now we wait and see what's going to happen with Trevor Lawrence. Is Trevor Lawrence going to be able to play this Sunday against the Detroit Lions? Do they keep him out for one more week? Remember, they went and got Mac Jones for situations just like this, right? Trevor got really beat up last year, felt like he had to play. They were 8-3 at the time. He toughed it out as best he could throughout the year. Well, now he's hurt, so you keep him out and gets the bye week, then he comes back, or does he?
Yeah, Doug Peterson said today no definitive answers on a Monday about Trevor's status for Sunday, and he also debunked the idea that surgery is necessary.
Oh.
There's not been a talk on surgery, so I don't know where the surgery talk's coming from, but nothing like that.
Well, tonight on the show, we have for the first time Travon Walker having himself a nice season. Big number 44. Hey, let's get him on over here. Tony will make the walk here at Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield. Right. Come on over, Travon. Let's go. We'll get him in here on the show and talk about some good football being played by the former number 1 overall pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars in year number 3. Good to see Travon Walker coming off a nice game again yesterday. A big sack, an important sack you had yesterday.
Yes, sir, it was. Wish we could have got the win, but we just got to keep going.
Well, happy Veterans Day, everyone. Oh, yeah. Salute the service nominee for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll get to that in just a moment. So appropriate timing to have you here on the show. How do you feel about the way you guys played defensively yesterday?
I feel like the defense played pretty good. It was just a couple little mental things here and there, but obviously I feel like if we want to get to where we want to go, then we're going to have to do even better.
I'm wondering about how you're holding up in this situation, Travon. Here, I mean, you played a couple years with the Jags. They had winning seasons both years. You went to the playoffs. At Georgia, we know what you're able to accomplish. You haven't experienced losing like this maybe. I don't know how you did in high school. I trust you were probably a one-man wrecking crew, so you're probably pretty good there. So how is this experience for you?
Man, this experience is definitely a learning experience, I can say, but it's one. That's what comes with the game. With the wins also comes the losses, so you just have to take it with a grain of salt and keep going to work every day.
I thought obviously the sack was a big play right here on the 3rd and 1. We were just showing. But I thought you also did a great job on the, was it a reverse or an end around? I mean, there were a couple big plays in that game. Do you feel like you're just playing good football overall individually? I know it's hard to look at it from the team perspective when you're 2-8. I get it. But are you where you kind of want to be as a football player right now, week in, week out?
So I'm definitely feeling a lot more comfortable from my previous years, but I can say I still have yet to play my best ball that I know I can play. So I know I can bring a lot more to the team, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
How different is it for you with this defense versus the last 2 years' defense as far as you got your hand in the dirt a little bit more? What's it like, and do you prefer it?
Yeah, so now, like you say, I play with my hand in the dirt a lot more, which me personally I like, because I feel a lot more explosive coming out of a three-point stance. But also sometimes you might see me mixing my two-point stance here and there just to keep the offense on their toes. Sometimes I do drop maybe on a peel on a running back or something like that, but not nearly as much as my rookie and last year.
All right. Dan and I in the press box yesterday, and we're one of the plays, I don't remember which one, Dan was like, man, he's so fast. I mean, he is, but he's big, and he's so strong. I mean, you got all the tools, obviously. Give me one thing that you can use the power and the speed all the time, right? Those are your gifts.
Sir.
But what is there a move, or is there something that you've done this year during the course of a game you're like, man, I've been working on that, and that worked?
So for me, what I feel like I put a lot of time into in the offseason, which was my jab swipe. I've been emphasizing that a little bit, and I've seen it come to fruition throughout the season a little bit this year.
I've been working on my jab swipe as well. It's not very good. I'm curious.
You've been working on your jabs.
I'm curious.
That's for sure.
I'm curious. Like you seem like a nice young man, so I don't think you probably are the kind of guy who says to Josh Hines Allen, hey, have you checked out the stats?
Come on, he says it.
Are you chasing me? I'm ahead of you. What do you do with that?
He's not that nice.
Most definitely. We always joke around about it for the simple fact that me and Josh, we're real close. We have that type of bond with each other where we can have those tough conversations between whoever's trailing in sacks or whatever it may be. But that's something that we discussed before the season, that we wanted to combine to help our team get at least 30 sacks. So we're just trying to keep holding each other accountable to that standard.
This is really cool to watch, okay, because we watched it with Calais Campbell here a few years back in Josh Hines Allen.
Right.
And now we're seeing it with Josh, and he's kind of showing you the ropes throughout your career so far. Give us a little bit more insight on that relationship. I mean, how close are you guys?
So me and Josh, we ever since I got to the Jaguars, we've been very close. He took me on his wing from practice to even out the field, outside of the building. So now it's to the point now to where we come to each other's house, we break bread with each other, watch a little film, just have little minor discussions here and there about whatever it may be. It could be football or it could be out the field, things that we're going through in our life. But that's just the bond that we've built.
Except when Georgia and Kentucky play, and
we go at it every week about that.
Close one this year.
Yes,
close
sir.
one. We'll talk more about those guys later.
Hey, one thing the Jags defense did a great job of yesterday as part of our game plan.
It's time for the game plan, sponsored by EverBank.
Travon, this has been a killer this year overall, the explosive plays. Boy, I thought you guys really mixed things up. Apparently played a lot of that shell defense and limited a Minnesota team and obviously one of the best receivers in the game on Sunday. You got to be pretty proud of what you guys did, and it had to be a focal point of the defense.
Yes, sir, it definitely was. Vikings, they have a very explosive offense, and like you say, switching up some of the things that we typically been doing since the early in the season, I felt like that gave them a little bit of trouble, especially made them force a lot of errant throws, which some of them we took advantage of, got our hands on, picked it off, and I feel like as long as we continuously do that, we're just going to keep improving as a defense.
We're all scratching our heads trying to figure out how this has happened, like how you got, and I'm sure in a way you guys are too. We see good football players, you and Josh Hines Allen. We go down the list of all the good football players. Do you guys sit there and somewhat stunned that you are where you are?
Most definitely stunned. Like you say, we have a lot of talent on the team, but from all the teams, the greatest team I played on, which was a national championship team at Georgia, it's not about the players on the team, but it's also about the chemistry that the players have amongst each other and playing with each other. So I feel like
is that still developing? Is that not there? What is that?
I wouldn't say it's not there. It's just something that we have to. Personally, it's more so of just finishing together.
Right,
we just have to finish stronger.
So many close games.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to win the close games in the NFL or the record can turn ugly like this. Hey, when we come back, more with Travon Walker on Jags Report live from Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield. And it is Veterans Day. Salute to service nominees.
Hey.
More on the backstory of this for Travon Walker when we come back. Thanks for hanging out with us live on Fox 30 each and every Monday night. Don't forget, Strings building a new location in Jax Beach as well. Good to have the kids out here tonight. It's the place we party in football season with Jaguars All Access. Welcome to Strings Sports Brewery, everybody. Say hello to our guest tonight. That is Trevor Lawrence. You can bring your party or event to Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield any day and any time. Rehearsal dinners, corporate events, birthdays. Here at Strings, you can enjoy the inside area and the outside area. Good for any weather, good for any occasion. Watch the games, play the games, shoot some hoops. Beer? Yeah, they have that. Plenty of choices. And sure, this is a brewery, but Strings is also a restaurant, and the food is fantastic. A full menu made from scratch meals. And if you need Strings Sports Brewery to help with a party at your place, they cater too. Family, beer, food, sports. Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield.
This is Action Sports Jags Report Live from Strings Sports Brewery. Sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
All right, I like it.
They
didn't care about the noise of last week. They said you were doing rock, paper, scissors anyway. I appreciate that about this tandem. These guys are having fun, 44 and 41. And prior to that, Travon Walker gave a salute for his dad, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Hey, who's a veteran that served? Look at all those guys raising their hands. Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day. Good to see you here at Strings Sports Brewery here on this Monday. Brent, Martineau, Dan Hicken, Jags Report Live, along with Jags defensive end Travon Walker, and he is the Salute to Service nominee for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. We were just talking about your dad, who was in the Marine Corps, and proud thing for him, proud thing for your family as well. What does it mean to you to be the Jaguars Salute to Service nominee?
It really means a lot. It makes me, obviously, growing up, developing as a person, I just try to dig a little deeper into the things that mean a little bit more to me in my personal life. Obviously, my dad, he served, and just getting to learn the experience of all the veterans that served our country and all the time, dedication that's put into it. It's basically just like football, but sometimes I think it's a little harder.
Curious, with your dad as your pops and being a Marine, what was he like in terms of, I bet even though you were a big kid, I bet you didn't get out of line too much.
Yeah, so growing up, my dad, he was one of those parents that was very strict on me. But as I grew up, it could be the smallest thing he was going to get on to me about. Yes, ma'am, no, sir. That's why still to this day I carry myself the same way. But just growing up, I grew up to love it. You
look back and you appreciate what he brought to you, right? Yeah.
This was the video we just saw there. How about that experience that you had here in Jacksonville?
The experience was amazing. Just going out there, learning how to fly the helicopters, which is, like I say, it's everything. A lot of the things that they do is a lot harder than we see as people just on the outside, and it's a lot of time and dedication that goes into it.
Well, obviously, the Salute to Service nominee of the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's a very cool thing. But Travon also has a foundation, and you started that as a young player this summer.
By the way, Brent, a lot of young guys, it takes time before he jumped right in and started it as a young kid.
Obviously, you've surrounded yourself with good people that have helped you with your foundation, but this is something that you've got to be willing to do, too. Why so early in your career have you started this, and you had a camp this summer we were at up there in your hometown?
My main reason for starting my foundation was just to continuously inspire the younger generation, and obviously because the younger generation plays a big role in our community and the upbringing. So I just wanted to always give back if I ever had the opportunity to, and fortunately God put me in a position to be able to give back to my community, and that's what I did.
We've been to Travon's hometown in the past, too. They love Travon Walker up there now. That means a lot to you, though, doesn't it?
It really does. My town is a small town, probably about 9,000 people. You'll see the same people every day, and just having those same people in your corner, regardless of they might be in your corner, they might talk a little trash about you, but they just always rally around you to help build you up. No one is really never just tearing me down or anybody in the city, so it goes the same for everybody.
They're proud of you, and they have good reason to be proud of you. And hey, should be proud of the Jags defense. Got a lot of turnovers yesterday.
The Drive of the Day is sponsored by Ford F-Series. Test drive one at your local Ford dealer today.
Well, it's one thing you guys have been chasing, right? You've been wanting those turnovers, and they say they come in bunches, so hopefully this can continue. But, boy, the defensive backs were catching. Foye grabbed one, too. It was a good day as far as that was concerned.
It was a great day. The guys on the back end, they stepped up, did what was needed to be done, and I feel like we just have, like you say, turnovers come in bunches. We just have to keep that rolling, and I feel like they can help lead us to victories.
Well, that was a nice play by Darnell Savage there. Monteric Brown obviously been playing really well, and how about the job Tyson Campbell did to deflect that one to Foye Aluakin? So a lot of good stuff for the Jags. If you can keep that going, usually you have a 3-turnover day. Usually you're lined up to win a football game, and that's how rough it's been here in Jacksonville. Can't win that game without allowing a touchdown and getting 3 turnovers.
You guys just can't quite get over it. It could be 12-7. It could be 48-45. It's just something seems to happen to you, and you just can't seem to figure out how to get that W.
Like we always talk about in the facility, it's always going to come down to us. Even in the preparation of whoever the team may be, it's all about us in the end of the day. And we just got to find those little small details to finish out the game.
How big are your hands, by the way?
I can't really remember the exact size, but they're pretty big. I have to custom order gloves.
You have to custom order the gloves? Yeah, put your hand up. I mean, look how that's not normal.
Pretty big hands.
That's big hands. When we come back, sunshine and rainbows, and maybe we go back to that defense for that when we come back here on Jags Report Live, Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield. Hanging out with Travon Walker tonight. Good to be along with you as well, live on Fox 30 and on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jax 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jags, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brent and Austin Show. They're all in on Trevor. Of course. Download the Action News Jax Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjax.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jax 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
This is Action Sports Jags Report Live from Strings Sports Brewery. Sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
All right, back here on Jags Report Live, sunshine and rainbows. And listen, we're just going to do this quick. We're going to give it a shout-out to the secondary. Doug Peterson today, they played their best game of the year. It looked like it, Dan. Tyson Campbell, Darby had a big grade from PFF, if you like that stuff. And I like Monteric Brown. I think he's playing good football. Yeah, outstanding. Okay, as we welcome you back, we got our man shooting some free throws. Why? Because Travon Walker was a part of 2 state championships in basketball in high school. His high school won 73 games in a row. There we go. You see him knocking it down. And you saw his big hands earlier. He can palm. Show us the basketball, Travon. Give us a big palm of that thing. Look at that thing. I mean, my goodness gracious. That looks like a softball in his hand. That's what it is. All right, welcome back. All right, let's get Travon back over here. Good free throw shooting. We saw him make one. Welcome back to Jags Report Live. And you mentioned it as we welcome Travon back. I mean, everybody always talks, who's the best basketball player? Who's the best? This guy's probably the best basketball player. He's a double-double machine
right here,
back in high school, 73 in a row. How many offers did you have offers to go play college? I can't remember.
So I had one full ride to Auburn, and this came early. It was probably like my 10th grade year. But every other school that I had for football, I could have probably walked on for basketball.
Did you prefer basketball ever? Because guys love basketball.
Basketball was actually my first love. Just for the simple fact that I was bigger than a lot of the guys. I played a lot more physical than the guys, and it just came easy. I didn't really have to train for it.
Made the right decision, though.
Listen, the offense been struggling a little bit. Have you gone down the hallway and knocked on the coach's door and said, put me in at running back? Because after last week's touchdown, it might have been a good idea. This has gotten everybody talking about the athleticism, but this is nothing new for you, Travon.
No, I hadn't went up to the offensive coach and said nothing about playing, but, I mean, I definitely wouldn't mind.
I mean, can you imagine? Hey, you think Derrick Henry's big running at you? How about Travon running at you?
Now, did I read correctly that you are faster in the 40 than 2 of our running backs? I think are you 4.51? Is that
I'm really not sure on what. Yeah, I ran a 4.51. I'm not sure on what they ran. I think I'm faster than everybody. On the field, that's a different speed.
Unbelievable, man. It's fun to watch you play football.
Shoot them down the middle of the field or something. Anything.
Hey, one last quick one here. Georgia Bulldogs, they lose over the weekend, but it's been a heck of a run, man. How proud of you to be a part of that run and to see where Kirby and everybody's taking the Dogs program.
I'm very proud of it for the simple fact of it was a great culture that I was a part of from the start, winning the national championship. I can't remember exactly how many years it was, but previous that they won a national championship, but being a part of that team to help get the franchise, the dynasty back going. I'm very proud of those guys. They go out and work every week, and I know the type of coach that Kirby is, and that's not an easy job to do when you have Kirby Smart as your head coach.
He's a maniac. I mean, just to put it nicely, but he gets the very best out of you guys, but he pushes and pushes and pushes.
Don't count them out yet now. They're going to make the playoff, I think, and have a chance. It's wide open in college football, looks like to me. Hey, one more segment when we come back here on Jags Report Live at Strings Sports Brewery in Springfield. Good to have you guys along. Good to have Travon Walker here, too. Happy Veterans Day one more time. And we'll take a look ahead to Detroit next.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jax to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
This is Action Sports Jags Report Live from Strings Sports Brewery, sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
Hey, look at our buddy Trenton here. He's here just about every week, man. He's got a job. Did we pay Trenton here to do this job? Does a fantastic job helping out our players on the shows, whether it's Jags Report Live or Jaguars All Access. Good to have Travon as well here. Brent Martineau along with Dan Hicken, Jags Report Live. We've got about 90 seconds to go in the show. And, Dan, Lions are good.
Well, yeah, the Detroit Lions, I mean, they spotted Houston a 23-7 lead last night, Travon, and then they shut them out in the second half. This is a team that has Super Bowl aspirations. They play great offense, and they can play some pretty good defense as well.
Sure. Yeah, Detroit, they've been on the roll. They've been playing pretty good ball, and I feel like those are some of the guys that like to rally around the head coach, and the head coach does a great job of fueling them as well. So we
He's
definitely have to come out.
He's kind of Kirby-like Dan Campbell, a little Kirby-like.
Yeah, he does put me in mind of Kirby, but we have to come out this week. We have to be ready.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you get 5 interceptions like Houston did, I like your chances to win.
Now, you said you're fast.
Yes, sir.
The Gibbs kid is fast.
He's definitely fast. I played against him at Georgia Tech as well, so I felt that speed.
How often do you feel speed? You guys played Miami early on in the season. I mean, does it look different? It all looks similar on TV for the most part, but Brian Thomas Jr. is a guy who can really fly here in Jacksonville.
So for me, I really don't get to feel it for the simple fact that I'm kind of down on the line, but that's more so for the guys on the back end. But sometimes they do try to get me in like those sweep situations. But for me, I just feel like as long as I take a good angle, I can run with the best of them.
Yeah.
Travon Walker, hey, keep having a good season, man.
Congrats.
And we'll do this again. He'll join us a couple more times throughout the rest of the season. And congrats on that salute to service. Thank your dad, by the way, for his service as well. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. We'll see you again all week talking about the Jags and the Lions up in Detroit, and we'll be with them as well. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a Monday.
Thanks for watching Action Sports Jags Report Live from Strings Sports Brewery, sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.